Hey everybody, we made it to the finals. Get ready for the finals of the May Madness tournament. The 1941 Yankees will be opposing the 1969 Orioles, and we'll get to the starting lineups in just a minute. Okay, let's meet the starting lineups for the 1941 New York Yankees. Leading off at shortstop will be Phil Rizzuto. Batting second and playing third base is Red Rolfe. Batting third and playing right field is Tommy Henrich. Hitting cleanup and playing center field is Jolton Joe DiMaggio. Batting fifth and playing left field is Charlie Keller. Batting sixth and catching is Bill Dickey. Batting seventh and playing second base is Joe Gordon. Batting eighth, the designated hitter Buddy Rozar. And batting ninth at first base is Johnny Sturm. And the Yankees will be opposed by left-hander Mike Cuellar for the Orioles. And on the '69 season, Cuellar was 23-11 with a 2.38 ERA. So we are ready to go and get this final game going here on this Memorial Day morning. And Phil Rizzuto has stepped in the box, and he is ready to go against Mike Cuellar. So here is the first pitch of the finals of May Madness. It is a 6-8. 6-8 run to Cuellar against a right-handed batter. 6-8. He had outs in every row except for row 8. So Phil Rizzuto has found the base hit. 1-7 is a double. Anything else is a single. Rizzuto is a 14, so he got a single. So Rizzuto starts off the festivities with a leadoff single. Now, he is a B stealer, and Etchebarren, the catcher, is a -1 running arm, or throwing arm. A B stealer starts out as a 13. He's being held, which knocks him to an 11. And then Etchebarren being a -1 would bring him to a 10. So a 1-10, he's going to try it. They're going to try it here as Joe McCarthy wants to be a little aggressive early on. So 1-10, he will make it. 11-20, and he will be thrown out by Etchebarren. It's a 7. He made it. So Phil Rizzuto starts out with an impact here in this game, a single and a stolen base before the chairs are even warmed up. And now Red Rolfe, the third baseman, is up with Rizzuto at second. And it also takes away the double play possibility. So let's see what happens here. It's 2-6, so we're under Rolfe against a lefty. 2-6 is a chance for a home run. 1-2, but not a good chance. 3-20 is going to be a fly out to Frank Robinson. It's a 2. He got his home run. How do you like that? Red Rolfe just hit a 2-run homer, finding a number 2 on the D20. So Red Rolfe and the Yankees are off to a roaring start here against Mike Cuellar. It is quickly 2-0 before anybody even gets settled in. It is 2-0, and now Tommy Henrich is up, and Earl Weaver going to smoke another cigarette, I think. Here is 6-5, so that's under Cuellar against a lefty. 6-5 is a ground ball to shortstop X. Ground ball to shortstop X, that is Belanger. He is a number 2 rated shortstop. And a 10, I believe that's going to be in his error vicinity. Shortstop, 8-12, we do check for an error. And Belanger is a number 26, E26. So several chances for an error here. A 3, 4, 5, 6, or 8, and he will make an error. So he's basically looking for either a 7 or a 9 through 12. Big numbers. He got a 4. That wasn't a big number. So that's an E1. So Belanger will make the error, and sloppy pitching and sloppy play for the '69 Orioles. Maybe they're not awake yet. I'm not sure, but the Yankees are staking their claim early here in the top of the first. And no rest for the weary. Here comes Joe DiMaggio with Henrich at first. It's a 5-8. A 5-8 for Cuellar. 5-8, and it's going to be more damage. A number 1 is a triple. Anything else is a single with a 2-base advance. So looks like they're going to have runners on the corners. And they do. So a single for Joe DiMaggio, and that will move Henrich over to third. Runners are at the corners. There's still nobody out. And quickly, the Oriole bullpen is moving into action as Cuellar just seems to be in a funk right now. And let's see who they're going to get for a bullpen pitcher. And actually, Jim Palmer is a reliever. He is rated as a relief pitcher as well as a starter. So he will be the long man in the bullpen, obviously. They need a bullpen pitcher to pitch several innings. Jim Palmer would be the guy. So right now, Cuellar trying to regroup, facing Charlie Keller with runners at the corners and nobody out. It's a 3-6. 3-6 for Keller is a potential chance for a home run, most likely a fly ball, but the fly ball is a B, so that would be a sacrifice fly. So anything other than a 1 is going to be a sacrifice fly. It's a 3, so it's a sacrifice fly for Charlie Keller, and that goes to right field to Frank Robinson for out number 1. The unearned run scores for Henrik, and it's a 3-0 ball game as Cuellar is trying to minimize the damage here and keep it at just 3 runs, which may be tough against Lefty Gomez, but we'll see. Here's Bill Dickey. Dickey is a 6'8", 6'8" against a lefty, and he found the hit again. Look at this. His column 6 against lefties were all outs except for column 8, or row 8, and that's exactly what he found. So a 1 will be a double. Anything else will be a single with 2-base advancement, and that's what it is. Dickey with a single, and DiMaggio will motor over to third. We're back to runners at the corners again with 1 out, and Joe Gordon, second baseman, is up. And that is a 5, whoops, that was a 5. 5-9, 5-9, 5-9. A 1 to 5 is a home run, but anything else 6 to 20 will still be a sacrifice fly since it's a B. So a 4th run at least will score here. A 1 to 5, we got a 3-run homer. It's a 9, so it's the second sacrifice fly of the inning. This one to left fielder Don Buford. And another unearned run has come in. Yankees now lead it by the score of 4-0. And Buddy Rozar is up. Rozar a 1-9. So a 1-9 against a lefty, and that's a double to center field. A double to center field. Bill Dickey doesn't run well, though, so he will stop at third base. So the onslaught continues, and now we're down to the number 9 hitter of the order, Johnny Sturm. I'm sure he did not figure he would bat this inning, but he is. Runners at second and third and 2 outs. And that's a 4-6 against a left-handed batter. 4-6 is a strikeout, so Cuellar finally gets out of the mess, but the Yankees put up a 4 spot. And after half an inning, it's the Yankees 4 and the Orioles coming to bat. So I'm sure not the kind of start that Earl Weaver was hoping for. The happiest man right now is probably Lefty Gomez. He has been given a 4-run lead. Lefty Gomez for the Yankees. His 1941 season, he was 15-5 with a 3.75 ERA. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Orioles, who have to try to make up those 4 runs. Leading off in left field is Don Buford. Batting second in center field is Paul Blair. Batting third at right field, Frank Robinson. Hitting cleanup at first base is Boog Powell. Batting fifth at third base is Brooks Robinson. Hitting sixth, the designated hitter Kurt Moten. Batting seventh and playing second base is Davey Johnson. Batting eighth and catching is Andy Etchebarren. And batting ninth at shortstop is Mark Belanger. So, the Orioles, like I said, have their work cut out for them. Don Buford steps to the plate against Lefty Gomez. 2-7. 2-7 against a lefty is a ground ball back to the pitcher. He just missed a chance for a home run. He gets a ground ball back to the pitcher. Ground ball to the pitcher. This phone does not do well with these cards, making them clear, so try to do what I can. But it's a ground ball back to the pitcher. So there's an easy 1-3 put out. And now that'll bring up Paul Blair. And that's a 5-7. 5-7 is a fly ball to center field. So he missed the 2 walks and found the fly ball to center field of DiMaggio. quickly 2 away, and Frank Robinson. And Robinson a 6-6, so we're under Gomez again. And a 6-6 is a ground ball shortstop A, so it's a ground ball to Phil Rizzuto to end the inning. And just like that, 3 quick outs. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing doing for the Orioles. And after 1 inning, score is Yankees 4 and the Orioles nothing. So now Phil Rizzuto, who led off the ball game, is leading off the 2nd inning. Never a good sign if you're the pitching team. Cuellar is going to see if he can still regroup here, but he will be on a very short leash now. Here's Phil Rizzuto. It's a 2-8. 2-8 for Rizzuto against a lefty is a single. So they're at it again. A single for Phil Rizzuto. And you wonder how much longer they can go with Cuellar here. He's getting the runaround by the Yankees, and that'll bring up Red Rolfe. They won't run Rizzuto this time. That's since they're up 4-0. Rolfe a 5-9 against a lefty batter. 5-9. 1-3 is a home run. Anything else is a fly ball to Frank Robinson. So Cuellar desperately hoping that this 20-sided die roll is not a 1, 2, or 3. It's a 19, so it is a fly ball to Frank Robinson for 1 away. And now we've got Tommy Henrich, lefty on lefty matchup with Cuellar. It's a 3-6. 3-6 is, oops, wrong card. 3-6, it's Henrich. 3-6 against a lefty is a single to right field. So a single to right field for Henrich. And Rizzuto will go ahead and stop at second base with Joe DiMaggio coming up. No sense taking a chance of being thrown out. So DiMaggio is up. He's already in scoring position, so why try it? DiMaggio is up, 2 on, 1 out. It's a 6-2 for Cuellar. 6-2 is a fly ball to left, so that would have been a sac fly had Rizzuto made it to third, but they just decided not to do that. So it's a fly to left for out number 2, and that'll bring up Charlie Keller. Keller is a 2-2 against the lefty, and that's a walk. So, I'm sorry, 2-2 is a fly ball to right. I was looking at the wrong column there. Fly ball to right, and Cuellar gets out of it this time without any damage. We go to the bottom of the 2nd, still a comfortable 4-0 lead for the Yankees. And Boog Powell steps to the plate. The Orioles did have some good power hitters, so they can score some runs. It's just a matter of, will they start against lefty Gomez? It's 1-6 for Boog Powell. And that's a single, so that's a good way to start, I guess. A leadoff single for Boog Powell. You got to start somewhere. So Boog Powell with a leadoff single, and that'll bring up Brooks Robinson. It's a 4-4. 4-4 against lefty Gomez is a ground ball third base X. So the third base X is going to be checking Red Rolfe, and Red Rolfe is a 2-rated third baseman. So we'll see what happens here with Red Rolfe. It's a 15. So a 15, third base, number 2. A 15 is a ground ball A. That is a double play. So just when they thought they had something going, it gets snatched away with a 5-4-3 double play. So just like that, 2 away, and Kurt Moten. Kurt Moten, a 1-7. Kurt Moten, a 1-7 against a lefty, is a fly ball to center field to end the inning. So lefty Gomez put the kibosh on any thoughts of a rally by the Orioles in that inning to end the inning. So we've got a 4-0 ball game as we go to the 3rd. And catcher Bill Dickey will lead things off here. Dickey singled his last time up. It's a 2-8. 2-8 is a potential home run. We've had this roll a couple times, I think. A 1-3 is a single. I'm sorry, it's a homer. Anything else is a fly ball to right. So again, Cuellar hoping for anything other than a 1, 2, or 3. It's a 15, so he escapes that as well with a fly ball to right by Dickey. 1 away, and here's Joe Gordon. Gordon, a 5-7. 5-7 against a right-hander is a fly ball to center fielder Paul Blair for out number 2. So maybe Cuellar is settling down here, but it could be too late. Here's Buddy Rozar. Rizzuto a 3-7 against a lefty. That's a split chance. 1 to 13 is a single. Anything else, he'll line it to Belanger. But a 1 to 13, and Buddy Rizzuto will reach. It's a 19, so Belanger snares it for the final out. So we go to the bottom of the third with the score still 4-0 in favor of the Yankees, and Davy Johnson will get his first at-bat of the game. It'll be the bottom of the order: Johnson, Etchebarren, and Belanger. It's a 3-4. 3-4 against Gomez is a ground ball to second baseman Joe Gordon. So one away as Davy Johnson grounds out to his counterpart. That'll bring up Andy Etchebarren. Etchebarren a 110. 110 against a lefty is a ground ball to second base as well. So Joe Gordon has made 2 plays in a row. 2 quick outs. And Mark Belanger. Belanger a 212. 212 against a lefty is a ground ball to third this time. Red Rolfe makes the play. And the inning is over. So just like that, 3 up, 3 down. We've completed 3. Score still remains Yankees 4 and the Orioles nothing. And Johnny Sturm, the number 9 hitter, struck out his first time up. He's going to lead things off. It's a 1-6. 1-6 against a lefty. He flies out to Paul Blair in center field. So that's 1 away. And that'll bring up Phil Rizzuto. It's a 5-10. 5-10 against a right-handed batter is a fly ball to left field. So Don Buford makes the play. 2 down. And I notice a lot of the Yankee outs are, in fact, every Yankee out, other than the strikeout, has been in the air. Fly balls and line drives, whereas a lot of the Oriole outs are ground ball outs. The first baseman, Johnny Sturm, already has 6 putouts in 9 innings. So there's only been 2 fly balls hit by the Orioles. So it's kind of interesting distribution. Here's Red Rolfe with 2 outs and the bases empty. A 3-8. 3-8 is a ground ball back to Cuellar. So that will end that inning. And Jim Palmer, by the way, has sat down. There's no reason to keep him throwing. It looks like Cuellar has corrected himself, although albeit too little too late in most cases. Although you never know. We still got a lot of baseball to play here. The Orioles will get 6 more at-bats, so anything can happen. Don Buford leading off, leadoff hitter. It is a 1-7 against a lefty. 1-7 is a single, so Don Buford gets a single. He's a B stealer, but down 4-0. They're not going to even think about it, particularly with Earl Weaver as the manager, who was a proponent of the 3-run homer, not small ball. So here's Paul Blair. It's a 4-8. 4-8 for Paul Blair. He's got a chance for a single. 1-8 would be a single. 9-20, and Red Rolfe will snag the liner. It's an 11, so Red Rolfe was able to snag that for out number 1. And that brings up Frank Robinson. That's a 4-6 off of Gomez, and a 4-6 is a walk. So 2 runners on now with 1 out for Big Boot Powell, and he's capable of taking one over the fence here to make it a 1-run game. And that would certainly send shockwaves to the Yankees. So here is Powell. He's also capable of a double play, but we'll see. It's a 2-7. 2-7 for Boot Powell. 2-7. He found a good chance here. A 1-9 is a double. 10-20 is a single. Star, so we're going to get 1 run across the board no matter what. But a 1-9 will be a double. It's an 11, so it's a single. But it's a single star, 2-base advancement. So Frank Robinson will go to third. And Buford will score the first run of the game. It's a 4-1 ball game. Runners are still at the corners with only 1 out. So Brooks Robinson now is the tying run stepping to the plate with 2 on and 1 out. And that's a 5-5. 5-5 is a strikeout. Lefty Gomez with the big strikeout of Brooks Robinson. So that's the second out of the inning. And it's a big one. Now it's up to Curt Moten, the designated hitter. Curt Moten. He's a 4-9. 4-9. He found it. 4-9's a double or a single with a star. 1 to 12 is a double. 13 to 20 is a single. It's a 6, so it's a double for Curt Moten. Curt Moten doubles. Frank Robinson will score the second run of the inning, and Boog Powell will go to third. So runners at second and third now with 2 outs. 2 runs are in. It's a 4-2 ball game. Davy Johnson's up. A base hit could tie the ball game. So here's Davy Johnson. It's a 1-7. 1-7 is a ground ball to second. He missed all those walks and found his ground ball to second baseman Gordon. But the Orioles, showing they have life, put up 2 runs on the board, and after 4 complete, it's the Yankees 4 and the Orioles 2, and we may just have ourselves a ball game after all. All right, Tommy Henrich leading things off against Cuellar. It is a 5-7. 5-7 against Cuellar is a fly ball to center field. So Cuellar definitely looks like he has settled in to be himself now after that rough first inning. Here's DiMaggio. It's a 1-6 against a lefty. 1-6 is a triple or a double, depending on what he rolls. 1 to 12 will be a triple. 13 to 20 would be a double. That is a 2. That's a triple. So it's a 1-out triple for Joltin' Joe DiMaggio. So that time he got to Cuellar, but Joe DiMaggio got to a lot of people. So nothing to be ashamed of there. The Orioles will have to play the infield in, and Charlie Keller steps to the plate. It is a 5-6 for Keller. Lefty on lefty, 5-6. A ground ball, second base A. So the runner has to hold, and that'll be the second out. DiMaggio had to hold. So now there's 2 outs, and it's Bill Dickey. Bill Dickey, the catcher, with DiMaggio at third. Big pitch here for Cuellar. Try to keep it close. It is a 4-4. Cuellar against a lefty. 4-4 is a fly ball center field X. The center fielder, Blair, is a number 1 rated center fielder, so that's a good sign for the Orioles. The check is a 3, so I believe he will make that play. Center fielder, a 1 rated center fielder, a number 3. He does make the play. It's a fly ball C. Any other center fielder that wasn't a 1 rated center fielder would have been a base hit. So Paul Blair ran that down and saved his pitcher a run. And they get around that 1-out triple by DiMaggio. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Score is 4-2 in favor of the Yankees, but the Orioles kind of have the momentum right now. We'll see how long it lasts. Andy Etchebarren steps to the plate. Lead things off. It's a 5-6. 5-6 against Gomez. 5-6 is a walk, so a leadoff walk, and we know how those leadoff walks throughout the tournament have been not good for the pitching team. So we'll see. Mark Belanger is up. He's a B bunter, and they may want to avoid the double play here. He would be a C bunter since the Yankees are looking for it, so they're going to try it just to stay out of the double play, if nothing else. So Belanger's going to bunt. He's a B-rated bunter, but he will be dropped to a C-rated bunter since the Yankees are looking for it. And that's a 10. That's not a good sign. Those big numbers on the bunts are not a good sign. So a C bunter, a number 10. Batter is safe. Lead runner is thrown out by the pitcher. So getting that high number there did not help. So it's a fielder's choice, actually, that he will reach on. And Etchebarren's out 1-6 from Gomez to Rizzuto. Belanger is a faster runner. He's on base now, but there's also 1 out already. So it's up now to Don Buford to keep things going. Try to advance Belanger. It's a 3-7. 3-7 against a lefty is a ground ball shortstop B. So the B means that it's a fielder's choice. So Belanger will be out at second base, and the new runner at first will be Buford. 6'4" fielder's choice. Buford is a B stealer, but you'd be taking a chance. B stealer, let's do the numbers here. B stealer is a 13. He's held, so it brings him down to an 11. Dickey is a -4, so that would make him a 7. He would need a 1 to 7 to be safe, and they're not going to take that gamble. They're going to see if Paul Blair can do something. Paul Blair hit 26 home runs on the year, so he could tie the game with one swing of the bat. It's a 3-4. 3-4 against a lefty is a line out to shortstop, so the inning is over. So nothing doing for the Orioles here in the 5th. We've played 5 complete from neutral field, and the score is the Yankees 4 and the Orioles 2. So Mike Cuellar coming back out for his 6th inning of work. We'll be facing Joe Gordon, Buddy Rozar, and Johnny Sturm, the bottom of the Yankee order. It's a 6-6. 6-6 against a right-hander is a ground ball to third, so Brooks Robinson makes that play very easily. One of the rare ground outs by the Yankees in this game. And that'll bring up Buddy Rozar, designated hitter and backup catcher. 4-6. 4-6 against a right-hander is a ground ball to short. So it's a ground ball to Belanger, so back-to-back ground outs. Certainly bucking the trend there. And that'll bring up Johnny Sturm, first baseman. It's a 1-6 for Johnny Sturm against a left-handed pitcher. And he hits a fly ball to center field. He missed all those hits and found his fly ball to Paul Blair. And the inning is quickly over, just like that. 3 up, 3 down. And nothing doing for the Yankees. And we go to the bottom of the 6th, still 4-2. And Frank Robinson will lead things off for the Orioles. And he got them going, or actually Buford got him going, but Robinson was in the middle of that rally by walking. So let's see what happens here. Frank Robinson. It's a 1-5, so we're under Robinson's card. 1-5 is a home run. Frank Robinson just goes yard, and we've got a 1-run ball game. Frank Robinson with a solo blast here to lead off the 6th. And we now have a 4-3 ball game. Don't go away, folks. This could come down to the wire now. Here's Boog Powell. It's a 6-10. 6-10 against a lefty for Gomez. It's a ground ball to Joe Gordon. 1 away, a 4-3 ground out. That'll bring up the other Robinson, Brooks Robinson. He's certainly capable of putting one over the fence. It's a 4-7. 4-7 is going to be a walk. So lefty Gomez walks him. Another walk for Gomez, and that'll bring up Kurt Moton. And now you wonder if the Yankee bullpen might be stirring a little bit. 1 out and 1 on for Kurt Moton. It's a 2-8. 2-8 for Moton against a lefty is a ground ball first base B. So he grounds it to Sturm, who throws to Rizzuto for the force. It's a 1-6 put out and a fielder's choice as Moton reaches first base with 2 outs for Davy Johnson. And Johnson rolls a 3-9. 3-9 is a strikeout. So Davy Johnson strikes out to end the 6th. But the Frank Robinson blast has made this quite a ball game. It is now the Yankees 4 and the Orioles 3. Okay, top of the order for the Yankees here in the 7th, and Dick Hall, the right-hander, has been loosening, has just started loosening in the Oriole bullpen in case Cuellar should start to falter. All right, Phil Rizzuto facing Cuellar. Starts the 7th. It's a 5-8. 5-8 for Cuellar against a righty. Well, that's going to be a base hit. Anything other than a 1 will be a single. So as long as it's not a 1, it'll just be a single. It's a 9, so it's a single for Rizzuto. He is now 3 for 4. And you know what? Since it's a close game, he might think about stealing again. He was successful the first time, and we figured his calculations out. He was a B stealer, which is a 13. He's being held. It drops him to an 11. Echeverrien's a -1, so it drops him to a 10. So 1 to 10, he'll be safe, and he'll have a second stolen base of the game. It's a 19. He is out. So caught stealing this time. Phil Rizzuto tried to get greedy. He's out 2 to 6. And that'll bring up Red Rolfe. 5-6 against Cuellar. 5-6 is a ground ball second base A. So it would have been a double play had he not tried to steal. So there would be 2 outs right now regardless. So it's 2 quick outs, and Tommy Henrich steps to the plate. It's a 3-9 for Henrich against the lefty. 3-9's a potential home run, so this could be trouble for the Orioles. 1-15 will be a home run. Anything else, 16-20, would be a fly ball to Frank Robinson. So Henrich drives it to deep right field, going back on it as Frank Robinson to the track at the wall. And it's gone. A 15 is right on the border for a home run. So Tommy Henrich has put the Yankees ahead by the score of 5-3. Had we been playing super advanced rules, that would have been a ballpark check, and it would have also been a chance to rob the home run, because if you get the total, if your D20 roll is on the very edge, you can play where the outfielder has a chance to rob the home run, but that's way in super advanced, which I don't usually deal with. At least not with cards and dice. I'll do it with computer. But anyway, that's a bases empty solo shot by Henrich, and that's going to do it for Cuellar. Earl Weaver has seen enough of Cuellar now to go ahead and take him out, and we'll be right back with the totals on Cuellar and a look at the new Oriole pitcher. Okay, we can close the book on Cuellar. 6 2/3 innings, gave up 9 hits, 5 runs. Only 3 were earned because of that error by Belanger. The Yankees put the ball in play most of the time. No walks and only 1 strikeout. And, of course, just this big home run he just gave up to Henrich. And now new Oriole pitcher is sidewinding right-hander Dick Hall, and he will be on to face the right-handed hitting Joe DiMaggio. So how would you like to be a relief pitcher, and your first assignment out of the pen is to face Joe DiMaggio? All right, let's see if Hall can do anything here against DiMaggio. It's a 3-10, so we're under DiMaggio's card. And a 3-10 against a righty is a split chance, 1-10 for a single. Anything else, it's a liner to Brooks Robinson. So DiMaggio with a line shot down the third base line. And it's a base hit. It's a 2, so it's a base hit. It got past Brooks Robinson for a base hit. So that'll bring up Charlie Keller. Lefty on righty matchup. Charlie Keller with DiMaggio at first. Keller. It's a 5-10. 5-10 for Dick Hall against the lefty. Is a ground ball to third base X, so Brooks Robinson will get another chance, this time on a grounder. And Brooks Robinson is a number 1 rated third baseman. It's a 5, so that should be the end of the inning. As we look at the third base chart, third base, number 1, a 5 is a ground ball A. So that will end the inning. But the damage was done on the Tommy Henrich homer. And we've got the 7th inning stretch from neutral field. Score is the Yankees 5 and the Orioles 3. Okay, start of the bottom of the 7th, and Lefty Gomez, his point of weakness inning will begin now. If he gives up any combination of hits and unintentional walks that total 3, he will reach his point of weakness. So with that in mind, closer Johnny Murphy is loosening in the Yankee bullpen. And for the Orioles, Pete Richert is loosening in their bullpen, a lefty, with some lefties coming up for the Yankees next inning. And Andy Etchebarren will lead things off. Or he's a schedule hitter, I should say, but the Orioles, I believe, now are going to go to some pinch hitting as they need offense. And Andy Etchebarren only hit .249 on the year. So Chico Simone is going to come in and pinch hit for Etchebarren. So Chico Simone is going to pinch hit here in the bottom of the 7th. He will start things off against Lefty Gomez. So Gomez against Simone. It's a 3-10. 3-10 against a left-handed pitcher is a foul out to third base. And wouldn't you know it, Andy Etchebarren on a 3-10 would have had either a double or a triple. So sometimes you pull the right buttons and sometimes you don't. This time, Earl Weaver did not. And Simone fouls out to Red Rolfe for out number 1. And now they will also pinch hit for Belanger, I believe. Actually, Belanger's going to stay in there. He's a .287 hitter. So they really don't have anybody better on the bench to pitch hit for him. And Elrod Hendricks will be the new catcher as we go forward into the 8th and 9th innings for the Orioles. Elrod Hendricks will take over. Mark Belanger steps to the plate, 0 for 2, facing Lefty Gomez. Red Rolf's pitching, we got a news flash. 3-7. 3-7 for Belanger is a ground ball to short. So he just missed these hits. He found the ground ball to Rizzuto for out number 2. And quickly, the Orioles are starting to run out of outs. All right, Don Buford, top of the order. It's a 4-5. 4-5 is a fly ball to right field to end the inning. So fly ball to right. Henrik grabs it. Inning is over. We've completed 7 here at neutral field. The score, Yankees 5, Orioles 3. Okay, as mentioned earlier, Elrod Hendricks is the new catcher here in the 8th inning. He's a 4-rated catcher, so he's obviously a little bit less than Echeverrian, who was a 3. He's got a 1 error rating, and his arm is neutral. He runs at a 10. So Elrod Hendricks is the new catcher for the Yankees. I'm sorry, for the Orioles. And now, with some lefties coming up, Pete Richert. Pete Richert has come into the ball game, lefty. And on the season, he was 7-4 with a 2.20 ERA and 12 saves. So he will come on in relief of Dick Hall, who pitched a third of an inning, facing 2 batters. He gave up the 1 hit to DiMaggio, and that was it. And now Pete Richert is tasked to keep the Yankees right where they are. And he'll be facing Bill Dickey to start things out, lefty-on-lefty matchup. It's a 4-7, so we're off for Richert. 4-7 is a strikeout. So Pete Richert comes in and strikes out Bill Dickey to start off his 8th inning, and that'll bring up Joe Gordon. A 6-8, so we're off for Richert again. A 6 and an 8 is another strikeout. So Pete Richert has come on with a vengeance, striking out the first 2 batters he has faced. And now Buddy Rozar, designated hitter, 1 for 3 with a double, steps to the plate. It's a 3-5, so we're under the batter card this time. 3-5 against a lefty is a ground ball back to the pitcher Richert. So a very easy 8th inning for Pete Richert, as the Yankees don't get anything here in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th, score still 5-3, and we're going to be right back because it looks like that Joe McCarthy has motioned to the bullpen, and we're going to have a pitching change. So we'll be right back with the new Yankee pitcher. Okay, we can close the book on Lefty Gomez. He went 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs all earned. Walked 3, struck out 2, gave up the 1 home run to Frank Robinson. And new pitcher is closer Johnny Murphy. He's going to try for a 2-inning save, which was not uncommon back then. And Johnny Murphy on the 41 season was 8-3 with a 1.99 ERA and 15 saves. And he'll be facing the numbers 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Oriole lineup, Blair, Robinson, and Powell. So you would think if the Orioles are going to come back, this would be the inning to do it with those heavy hitters up. So Paul Blair is going to start things off here in the bottom of the 8th against new pitcher Johnny Murphy, righty-on-righty matchup. It's a 1-3. A 1-3 for Paul Blair is a single. So Paul Blair leads off with a base hit. He's an A stealer, so you wonder if they might want to try something, but down 2, you don't want to take that risk, especially with Bill Dickey being a -4 throwing arm. So especially with Frank Robinson coming up, he's a tying run at the plate, and he just homered last inning. So Earl Weaver's going to stick to his 3-run homer philosophy and let Frank Robinson swing away. It's a 1-11 against a righty this time. He just missed a home run chance. He got a 1-11. 1-10 would have been a home run most likely. 1-11 is a fly ball to left. So Frank Robinson got under one just a little bit too much and didn't have enough carry. So that's out number 1. But Boog Powell is up, and he's certainly capable of going deep. So here's Boog Powell. It's a 5-10, so we're under Murphy this time. 5-10's a fly ball to right fielder Tommy Henrich. So 2 down. And now it's Brooks Robinson to the plate. Brooks Robinson, a 3-10. 3-10 is a ground ball back to the pitcher Murphy to end the inning. So what looked like could have been a promising inning for the Orioles goes flat. We go to the 9th. Yankees 5, Orioles 3. And leading off for the Yankees is number 9 hitter Johnny Sturm. And then we'll go back to the order with Rizzuto and Rolf. it would behoove the Orioles not to give up anything in this inning and let DiMaggio come to the plate. So here's Sturm. It's a 3-10. 3-10 against a lefty is a pop-up to the shortstop, Belanger. One away. So Richert continues to pitch well. There's the first out, and here is Rizzuto. Righty on lefty matchup, 2-9 for Rizzuto against a lefty. It's a ground ball to short to Belanger. He missed all these singles and found his ground ball to short. So Rizzuto grounds to his counterpart Belanger at short for out number 2. And we've got lefty Red Rolf. So lefty on lefty matchup. It's a 5-12. 5-12 is a ground ball pitcher X. Richert is a number 3 rated on his range and no error rating. So as long as, if he goes to his error rating, it'll be an easy out. It's a 16, so I think that will take care of that. We'll see. He's a 3 rated pitcher. A 16 is in the error check. He's an E0, so it's an automatic ground out, and the inning is over. So another 1-3 ground out. Does it for the Yankees in the top of the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Orioles. Here in this May Madness tournament, we go to the bottom of the 9th. The Yankees try to hold on. It is a Yankees 5 and the Orioles 3. Okay, Curt Moten, the DH, is going to pinch hit here. I'm sorry, it's going to hit here. We were going to pinch hit for him, but we're going to go ahead and leave him in the game because Moten was a 300 hitter on the season. So even though it's a right-handed pitcher in there now, he's got a good column 3. So we're going to go ahead and leave Curt Moten in there to hit against Johnny Murphy. It's a 6-11. 6-11 is a fly ball to right field X, so Henrik will be checked. Henrik is a 1-rated right fielder. And it's a 12, so it could go to his error check. Let's see. Right fielder, yep, his splits make it to his error check. Henrik is an E7. So an E7, a 3, 4, 5, 6, or 12 will be an error. 3, 4, 5, 6, or 12. He's trying to avoid a 3, 4, 5, 6, or 12. It's a 9, so I believe that's going to do it. And an E7, when he's an E7 rating, and number 9 is a fly ball to right field B. So Moten is out for out number 1. That'll bring up second baseman Davey Johnson, but he will not hit. That's going to be a pinch hitting appearance coming up here for Dave May. And Dave May had that big home run in extra innings to beat the 83 Orioles in the Final Four. So they're hoping Dave May, with this good column 3, can strike magic here as he hits for Davey Johnson here in the bottom of the 9th. Earl Weaver hoping for a white die that's a 3. Let's see what happens. It's a 6, so that didn't work out, but it is against a lefty versus instead of a righty. So it's a 6-8. 6-8 is going to be a fly ball to right, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. A 6-8 against a righty. Had it been Johnson batting, he would have grounded to third. This is going to be a fly ball to right fielder Henrik. For the second out, he has retired both batters with fly outs. And now we've got Elrod Hendricks, who came in the game to catch for Etchebarren. So he will come in and bat now. His first at bat, a lefty batter against the righty Murphy. Last chance. If he can keep it going, then they could have another pinch hitter for Belanger, but we'll see. It's up to Hendricks to keep it going. It's a 3-10 for Elrod Hendricks, and he pops it up to first base. And that will be the ball game as Johnny Sturm clutches it. The ball game is over. May Madness is complete, and the Yankees of 1941 are the champions. We will be right back to wrap this game up and wrap the tournament up in just a moment. Okay, let's check the totals for the Yankees. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 6 runners on base. For the Orioles, 3 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. That was a big error. And 6 left on base. The winning pitcher was Lefty Gomez, who went 7 innings and only gave up 3 runs and 5 hits. Johnny Murphy pitched 2 innings of solid relief for the save, only giving up a single to Paul Blair in the 8th. Losing pitcher was Mike Cuellar, who just dug himself too big of a hole in the first inning, giving up those 4 runs. After that, he did rebound quite nicely, pitching 6 2/3 and only giving up the 3 earned runs, 5 runs total, 3 earned. The big error by Belanger in the middle of that first inning that really kind of set the tone for the game and put the Orioles behind the 8 ball from the get-go, and they could never recover. Kudos to the Orioles, though, for coming back and making it a ball game and not a blowout. So they can hold their head high for that. And the Yankees of 1941, powerful team. They started out powerful in the first round, blowing away Minnesota. And then they took their vengeance out on Vida Blue and the A's in the second round. And then they took out Reggie Jackson and the Yankees of 77 in the finals. And so the champions, in the Final Four, I should say. So the champions, in a tight one, the 41 New York Yankees are crowned May Madness champions for 2016. I'm not sure if there's going to be any more May Madnesses in 2017, or going forward. But I kind of did this whole thing just on a whim, and did not realize it was going to morph out to be so of an interesting project and a lot of ball games. And I actually learned some strat rules that I was aware of them, but I wasn't really playing them correctly. I was kind of mixing the advanced and super advanced together and kind of getting a hodgepodge and not doing either one correctly. So I was able to tighten up the rules for myself going forward to play the advanced game the way it should be played. So hopefully everybody has enjoyed this tournament. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed doing it. Don't know what else to say about it other than it was just a fun tournament. I've had a great time. Hope everybody's having a nice Monday, Memorial Day, whatever it is that you're doing to celebrate, whether it's going to one of the cemeteries to honor the fallen or whether you're having a cookout. Hope the weather is nice. Weather here is a little bit rainy. We had a whole bunch of rain yesterday, and the tropical storm Sandy, I think it's called, coming up from South Carolina, really dumped it on us last night. Today is just simply overcast, kind of muggy and not much going on, so it's a good day to be inside. And that's going to do it for me on the May Madness. I'm going to take a couple days off and recover, I think. But I am working on a new baseball project for myself that I will be doing an initial video on to post on Saturday, June the 4th, I believe it is. So I'm going to take some time to get ready for that and just to relax and take in this May Madness that was just completed and think about what else I might be doing down the road. Hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend. And for most of us, it's back to work tomorrow. But that's just the way things go. We enjoy our time off to do our hobbies, which is what I've done today. And then, of course, it's back to work to be able to pay for said hobbies. So that's going to do it for me. Hope everybody enjoyed the tournament, enjoyed this game, and I will see everybody down the road.